jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
What's good, everyone? WC is back on the boulevard once again. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Salute and good evening. We have a host of topics, man. I'm gonna get right down to it. I'm gonna try to make it as educational as possible. But first and foremost, man, big shout out to the supporters, man. And the first on deck CMD Boxing Reports is in the building. What's good with you? Appreciate you pulling up. Everybody else, when you come in through the door, hit the like button. I appreciate you. Let's get on these topics right quick. You know, it's pretty much out there. Boxing, state of emergency. You see it on the threat. Needs to be spoken on. It's not so much a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? When I say the boxing state of emergency, it's just pretty much what we are experiencing right here as we know it for the year 2023. Big shout out to Toby Bartlett on deck. Salute to you across the pond in the building, man. Appreciate you. Salute to y'all. So boxing state of emergency deals with a plethora of things when it comes down to it. First, I want to address Mr. El Chin Checker himself, Gervonta Davis, and Ryan Garcia. Okay, it's a lot of speculations that's circulating around that, you know, the fight, you know, before it was the fight, it was in jeopardy and everything. Everybody's talking about the fight wasn't going to happen. The fight's in jeopardy. Ryan Garcia is seeking Regis Prograis for an alternate opponent to step in for Gervonta Davis and all this. And then recently we just had the Super Bowl not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? I would guesstimate it was maybe, you know, yesterday, to be honest. So we saw the Chief whoop up on the Eagles, clip their wings and have them quacking around here like little ducks. You know what I'm saying? They thought they were so close because they was up, you know, a little bit at halftime. But no, bring them back down to reality. No parade going this year. No parade this year. But let's talk about the situation at hand when Gervonta Davis was seen at the Super Bowl in a wheelchair. Now, where I was at, you know, people was losing their mind a bit. They say, oh my God, look at Gervonta in a wheelchair. There's no way if he's in a wheelchair and it's February, 12th, there's no way he can recover. They didn't know what type of injury he had. They didn't know the extent of the injury. They didn't know what put him in the wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? He could have had bronchitis for all you know. He could have had something that was internal, dealing with his lungs. He could have just had a knee ache. It could have been anything joint related. It could have been a muscle spasm. It could have been anything. He could have just wanted to get chauffeured around the Super Bowl. But people ran with it. And then TMZ came out and said he had an ankle injury. Okay, the update is he did in fact have an ankle injury. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. He absolutely had an ankle injury. Is it, or will it affect him moving forward? Shout out to L Dog on deck. Will it affect Tank Davis moving forward? Well, here's one update for those of you that need some clarification as to is it going to affect him moving forward. This was just recently released, so just pay attention if you can. Well, the way it looks to me is that, first of all, that was Gervonta Davis, right? We're assuming that's Gervonta Davis. And the movement that he was doing was pretty much stretching out, all parts of the outer, ankle and everything. So pretty much the message that he was sending was his ankle is okay. He's good to go. Don't panic. You know what I'm saying? Don't panic. It wasn't as serious as you thought. You know what I'm saying? So let's see the video again. So pretty much those of you talking as if the fight was going to be canceled and he would have to bring in, a heavyweight or something to take Ryan Garcia's place to basically compensate for the power which Ryan Garcia is about to feel, this year. Yeah, he's okay. The update is what it is. He did, in fact, have some type of ankle injury reported by TMZ and absolutely destroyed by YTC. So I'm just putting it out there that the update is indeed that, his ankle is straight. It was something dealing with, ankle injury, nothing too extreme at all. So we should continue to look forward and push this fight moving forward in Vegas. This is a big deal. Everybody's talking about the fight. I mean, they're pretty much talking about the fight more than any other fight right now. Seriously, I'm talking about fights that are actually taking place. This fight is actually at the front. You know what I'm saying? This is the number one fight people are talking about, because the curiosity is now returned back to the front doorstep in Baltimore, and people insinuate that Ryan Garcia has a chance to go in there and be the first man to stop Mr. El Chin Checker. Now, what would that be if Boxing News didn't involve itself in a bunch of freaking fictional story plots and everything? What will boxing be without that? All these soap opera type twist and turn mystery plots. What will Boxing News be without that? But they're saying Ryan Garcia has an opportunity. He's fast. He's young. Rumble, young man, rumble type shit. If anybody, they're saying, not WCS, if anybody out there that can give El Chin Checker his most competitive fight and give him the most trouble that he ever experienced in the ring, they are insinuating, not WCS, they are insinuating it's going to be Ryan Garcia. They're saying Ryan Garcia is looking different. His frame is looking different. He's taking this serious. He's looking like he's a threat. Notice what I said. He's looking like he's going to be a threat to dethrone Baltimore's own Mr. El Chin Checker. That's what we got going on right now, y'all. That's what we got going on. Alexander on deck, what's good? The XO Factory on deck. Shout out to you, brother. What's good, OG? I'm back on deck. Everyone smash the like button. And when you come through the door, appreciate you. Much appreciated, man. And y'all definitely go check out the XO Factory. When he's live, man, hit the sub button. You know what I'm saying? When he's live, the only way you're going to know if you subscribe, check him out, man, and tune into his content. Check the brother out. You know what I'm saying? He be spitting that fire over there. L Dog said, I heard Floyd working on another exhibition against Jose Aldo in April 15. I haven't even got to that yet, brother. I mean, that's probably, why I have it in a thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why. But back to Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is one of the most exciting fighters in boxing as we know it right now. Though people don't want to recognize him as a pay-per-view star, the entertainment value will put him over the top if indeed everything goes well with the upcoming months and what the news is saying and what this the destination is supposed to be. Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, that's going to be huge, y'all. I mean, that's going to be extremely huge, man. And it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, it's going to be a lot of individuals who actually take that trip to go over there. Like, if boxing can be this beautiful, you know what I'm saying, more times than not, then it would just be a whole lot of other genuine fans that come and support, you know, the sport. But we don't get this. We don't get this beauty. We don't get this attraction, man. This is attraction because we have two fighters that the people are looking at. David, you know what I'm saying? This is a different type of David. Looking at David, he's not using a slingshot. He's using his motherfucking goddamn left hand or right hand. And we got Goliath. Goliath, in a sense, not so much as physical presence for Ryan Garcia, but he's bringing in the social media following and all 9+ million, you know what I'm saying? All 9+ million of his fans and everything to the arena. So this is going to be huge. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just glad the fight is being made. It looks like it's really nothing. Like I told people, the fight was done. It looked like there's nothing that's going to deter it. I know people are preaching about the court date that Tank has. I spoke to the team about that. And they pretty much put it out there that on their side, they handle business. You know what I'm saying? Everything should be good to go. Green light for that fight to happen. Without any obstacles, legal obstacles being in the way of Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. All right? That's true word, fact, whatever. I ain't trying to prove it to nobody. But I'm just saying it's good to know that the pathway is clear. Fight is going to be in training camp. It's ample amount of time for both of them to get ready. And it should be an epic night over there in Allegiant Stadium, man, with the amount of people that's expected to show up. I think this fight is going to do crazy, man. You know, you got two young warriors stepping in the ring. I just don't want to see any more De La Hoya talking about, you know, rematch clauses and everything like that. A rematch clause in a fight of this magnitude shouldn't hold up a fight like this. But if indeed we forget that it's a sport of boxing and all the damn magic that goes along with it, then it may happen. They may turn the shit down. I don't know. But from my understanding, who I spoke to, once again, they said everything was good. They said everything was good. I'm not talking about no rematch clause and all that. But so far right in here, everything is good with the contract and all that. Whatever else they're working on, you know, that's what they're working on. But as far as the contract being signed, both parties agreed and all that, it's there. Who I see in the building, dog? I know this not the one and only Mr. Sucker Free. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease on Deck. What's good with it, Gumbo? Man, we were just talking about you the other night, man. And I was on the phone, you know, one of my people, we was saying, dang, you know, hope Gumbo is straight. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Gumbo in the building. Salute WCS, my big bro, just passing through to show my support and respect. And salute to the family. I'm out. Hey, appreciate you, Gumbo. Real talk, man. Continue to handle your business and hope all is well with you, brother. Thank you for pulling up as always. Legacy on deck. Salute to you, brother. In the building. Juice Lee on deck. Legacy, appreciate you. No doubt about it. Appreciate to everyone. Big salute to everyone that's in the building. Tank Davis, man, and Ryan Garcia, you know, we should just stop with the fight possibly being in jeopardy and everything else. The fight isn't in jeopardy. I showed you the video where Gervonta just put out that his ankles is good to go. So everything seems like, I mean, it's a clear path, man. It doesn't get any clearer than this. These two is gonna link up this year, and it's good to know. It's good to like put your energy into something that's unexpected. Like it seems like this fight was made pretty easily. Not only that, it's just a lot of individuals like myself that look at resumes, and you see Gervonta's resume, and you see his performance value and how he goes in there and delegate his boxing authority. And then you see Ryan Garcia, he hasn't been in there nowhere close to the competition. But for somehow, some reason, the fans love him, man. People are rallying to Ryan Garcia's aid. They're basically letting them know, hey, man, we support you. We believe you can go in here and shock the world. This is your Buster Douglas moment. This is your Buster Douglas moment, Ryan Garcia. You can make that shit happen, man. Have confidence in yourself. Listen to everything Joe Goosen is telling you and have confidence. That's what they're telling him. I'm going to be honest, man. I ask about this. I have to reach outside of what I believe Ryan Garcia potential to be and ask other people. And there's people out here that's saying that, Ryan got some legitimate punching power, man. They say his speed is legit. He has legitimate punching power. I was thinking otherwise, but they told me, hey, Ryan Garcia has legitimate punching power. You know what I'm saying? His speed, we already know, but he has legitimate punching power. But the only thing we need to see is what remains clear inside that square. We haven't seen Gervonta Davis face any adversity like his chin being suspect. No, he has a certified chin strap, man. Certified. We haven't seen him rocked or put on his back or in the ropes, looking for a freaking pack of Chico sticks, a goddamn Slim Jims or something. No, he's been connected on though, but we haven't seen anybody put him down like Luke Campbell put down Ryan Garcia. We haven't seen that. But rest assured, man, salute to this fight and everything that goes along with it. I don't want, I just don't want to start diving into topics that kind of, act like this fight isn't going to happen. That's why I wanted to do a live today that y'all spoke to his people and, the ankle is solid. It was just precaution taken at that Super Bowl not to be walking around extensively on it, because when you're a star like Tank, you walk into the building, people are going to ask you for pictures. People are going to want you to come over here, over there. But if you come in there with a wheelchair, you're not going to get that same attention like that. People are going to think about it, say, oh, shit, I ain't going to ask him when he in a wheelchair with 4 Giottas. You know what I'm saying? With the 4 Giottas on there, they say, no, we can't go there and ask him when he in a wheelchair with 4 Giottas on it. He got them 30-inch 4 Giottas on there with low profiles. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But they was just reserving his ankle, not to put, too much weight on it and walking around on it. But hey, he put out a video. That's his video. So as far as the fight being in jeopardy, the fight off, nah, stop the madness, shawty. The fight's still good. It's going to be epic for them to what I believe to be the first boxing match, I believe, in Allegiant Stadium, in Raider Stadium. If I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me now. But I think that's going to be the first boxing match in that stadium. Like, that's doing it big. And this ain't Baltimore now. This ain't Baltimore now. He's a long way from home, Dorothy. He's a long ways from home. This is all the way in Vegas, man. You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all for the super chats in the building. Mr. Gumbo, Legacy, appreciate y'all for the super chats, man. Is the speaker for that Garcia Davis, and don't believe everything you hear, but I can tell you straight up, it's gonna be a lot more that come out of this. It's only February, and they don't fight till April. So between now and April, it's going to be a lot of storylines and narratives being pushed with these two fighters. there's not really something that's positive. But it's going to be a lot that people start pushing about this shit just to keep interest of the fight, just because it's drawing attention, just because it's it's in the algorithm. It's trending hard right now. You know what I'm saying? It's trending pretty active. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty active. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the rumor mill, Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. And one outlet I read that Deontay Wilder may potentially be facing Andy Ruiz. And shout out to the Bronze Bomber. You know what I'm saying? Bomb squad all day. It was basically info out there, or word that he may be potentially fighting Andy Ruiz. And now I'm hearing Philippe Herkovic. I don't know, like I tell you before, the driver's ed when it comes to boxing media is horrible. Like they will have you driving in the walls. We hear Deontay Wilder's gonna fight Andy Ruiz. Now Andy Ruiz may fight Philippe Herkovic, or Deontay Wilder is set to fight Francis Ngannou, the former UFC heavyweight world champion. Let me give you my take on Deontay Wilder facing Francis Ngannou. And I'm gonna cross-thread some shit right quick. You look on the thumbnail, you see Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. Floyd Mayweather has pretty much shattered any type of optimism in this day and era that a boxer cannot reach across and fight with a mixed martial artist and make good money. He dispelled that. He dispelled it as lucrative as you can possibly imagine. Floyd Mayweather did it. Floyd Mayweather made the shit happen, right? So now it comes down to him stepping in there with another legend, man. A legend that was a champion in the WEC and a champion coming over here to the UFC. This is one and only Jose Aldo, Brazilian himself, a mixed martial arts legend. When he was on his shit, he was on his shit. But why I have him in the picture with Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor? Because when it came down to it, Conor McGregor changed levels in his career by knocking out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. What's so unique about that frame is that Floyd Mayweather, off the strength of Conor McGregor holding Jose Aldo's 145-pound belt and the 155-pound belt, Floyd was able to pull Conor McGregor over and have one of the biggest boxing matches in history with the guy who never threw a punch as a professional fighter. Now, Floyd Mayweather is about to fight a common opponent, a Conor McGregor. Not a common opponent, any other boxer that he's been in the ring with. He's about to potentially face a common opponent of Conor McGregor, who he was able to dance with and gross some of the highest PPV in boxing. Now, the difference is that Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor was sanctioned. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor went on record. That's the difference. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is potentially going to step in a boxing ring with Jose Aldo in an exhibition. Okay? So therefore you take a look at it and you say to yourself, well, how important is it going to be? Well, he just won a boxing match. He has another boxing match coming up. I forgot the guy's name. He has another boxing match that's pending on the horizon, Jose Aldo. So Floyd Mayweather is going to allow Jose Aldo to be his dance partner in the ring. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a legend, and Jose Aldo is a legend in mixed martial arts. You probably asking yourself, why isn't this fight, getting the type of praise that Floyd Mayweather, getting the type of push and energy behind it? People just surging to talk about it. Because Jose Aldo has pretty much been past his prime for a minute. He doesn't do much talking. He's somewhat like Miguel Cotto. People know they're tough as hell, but they don't say too much. And that's how he was in his career. He didn't say too much until he ran into Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor got so personal with Jose Aldo. I mean, this was extremely personal, where people believe that's why he was knocked out in 13 seconds, because Conor McGregor antagonized this man so deeply that when it came time for that first initial opening bell to ring, he wanted to fight. He wanted to go in there and knock this dude out when he should have just played it smart and respected that Conor had that punching power. So it's somewhat the same as Gervonta Davis did to Rolly Romero. He caught Jose Aldo coming in, and it was lights out. You know what I'm saying? Jose was so disrespected during the lead up. I mean, he didn't know what to do. He's like, dang, how dare this dude disrespect me? You know what I'm saying? All that I put into the sport, he gonna come in here and act like it's a game and be so disrespectful, show no sportsmanship. No, Conor wasn't about that, man. Conor was on his mission to seek out and destroy. So one of the ways of seeking out destroy is his mouthpiece. He will break down a fighter with his trash talking, get them mentally out of their game, and then when they get in there, they want to knock the man out. And for a while, he wasn't the dude that was just going out like that. That was at his peak. He knocked this man out in 13 seconds, man. Face first plant, 13 seconds. You heard it. But you ask yourself, why did you mention this in comparison to Deontay Wilder? Because Deontay Wilder, no one should have any complaints about him facing Francis Ngannou. Nobody. Floyd Mayweather has fought a Japanese mixed martial artist, plural. You know, he's doing what the hell he want to do. Nobody's saying anything about it. Jake Paul is coming over here fighting football players, basketball players, Walmart players, Target players, and everything else. And potentially he may fight the first boxer and Tommy Fury for the first time. I don't pretty much believe that totally, but it seems like he's not going to just use Tommy Fury's name and then allow him to bail out and then Mike Platinum Perry come in, you know, and take his place. Because I told people that's exactly what happened with the Tyron Woodley fight in the rematch. But I like the fight between Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou. Ngannou's a big boy. Wilder's a big dude. Both of these fighters are on record as having punching power, man. Especially Deontay Wilder in the boxing ring. But my biggest question mark is Deontay Wilder going to sign a multi-fight deal to have a boxing match and MMA? Bro, he already showed us in 3 fights with Fury what it is with his chest plate and his body armor. The man has heart beyond belief. For him to go in here and fight Francis Ngannou in the boxing ring and have a fight in the cage, oh, that's gonna be crazy. That's the dude to do it. That's gonna be crazy. Now Francis has some brutal kicks, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just hope people don't have their kids anywhere close to the television. If Francis land a solid shin to shin kick, it's gonna be absolutely crucial. They need to have the duct tape close by. They need to have gauzes. I'm telling you, it's going to be Chris Weidman and Anderson Silva all over again. I have no problem with Deontay Wilder facing Francis Ngannou in a cross combat sport match. But if Ngannou lands one of those kicks, I don't know, man. It's hard for a boxer that's a flat-footed fighter to learn how to check a kick in that short period of time. Not only that, to feel comfortable checking a kick in that short period of time. It's just not going to happen. He's going to have some stipulations. They can fight in the cage as long as Ngannou doesn't throw any kicks. Have some special rules match. People do it all the time. Don't be mad. But I want Deontay Wilder to be able to have a cross combat competition. I like that challenge. Just like Floyd Mayweather continues to do it, continue to make money. Yes, sir. I'm all for it. At first I felt some type of way about it. I don't feel that way no more. Because I did my in the field survey. I asked this and this, and the fighters didn't care. Okay, I asked like maybe 10. I asked over 10 fighters, did they give a damn? Did they care? They didn't care, bro. So I'm like, why am I gonna go up here and complain about it? If they saying, okay, if he's making the money, let him make the money. Now it all makes sense, because a lot of fighters are trying to be on the same card as Jake Paul. When Jake Paul was fighting on Triller, it was a lot of fighters really trying to be a part and be on that card to get that money. I'm not asking any more questions. Shout out to Tony Boswell on deck. No doubt. Appreciate you pulling up as always, man. Salute to you and the fam. Training wheels versus pulling out. Explain that, L Dog. I'm not sure what you're saying. Training wheels versus pulling out. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. What's good, Blunts? How you feeling, bro? Andrew Charles on deck. NO on deck. Salute to you in the building. What up, WCS in the chat? What up with y'all, man? I just got out of work. I'm listening. No doubt. Appreciate y'all. But I just look at Floyd Mayweather's dynamic and how he was able to pull Conor McGregor at the right time. Like I told you all before, the very genius part about it was that Ronda Rousey kind of stirred up everything. And she had people talking as if she can really be competitive with Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match. And in her own brain at that time, which was probably a one or two marbles just bouncing off the edges of her cranial cap, she believed that she can beat Floyd Mayweather in the boxing match. Which we're saying, when and where have the MMA community seen you put on a boxing display in the cage? Most of your fights, you close distance quickly, body lock, takedown, and you work for submission. So all this boxing shit she was talking about, it was good for TV. It was good for trash talking in front of the camera. Cool. But somehow, I don't know who initiated. Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor. They initiated, like, Conor McGregor started talking trash to Floyd. And Floyd probably hit him up and said, hey, man, they really paying attention, bro. Keep on talking your shit. Let's see what we can do with this. And he kept on talking shit. Before you know it, they got a fight schedule. And people take that shit serious. Like, no, Floyd trying to fight this younger dude that's a two-weight world champion. Did you see how he did it? Do you see the names that he did when he was on that little run? Him moving up from 45 to 70 and back down to 55. Did you see that shit? Floyd trying to fight this dude. People was once again doubting when it comes to MMA and boxing. They was doubting that Floyd can beat Conor McGregor because they seen what he did to Jose. They seen what he did to Eddie Alvarez. He was saying, man, Floyd, he don't know what he's getting himself to. And this is going to be a real match. It's not going to be an exhibition. This is going to be real. And at that moment, Floyd taught the casual boxing fans a lesson. They did. Because everybody was thinking that, this dude's strong, but they weren't looking at the weight classes he competed at. How long did he compete at 70? He only competed at 70 for 2 fights. And then he dropped back down. But what I was what I salute him for was the fact that he did it. He went from 45 all the way up to 170, man. Just think about that. Welterweight to light heavyweight in boxing. Think about what I just said. He literally went from welterweight damn near up to light heavy. Welterweight all the way up to light heavy. Legendary. He goes over here and fight the TBE, the best of this era, and he gets stopped like we all knew it would be. Because once you put on those gloves and you can't kick and you can't close distance, work for a body lock, make contact, you know what I'm saying, clinch, anything you want to do in the cage, you can't do that with gloves on. So, you know, in this match, with him cross-threading Floyd, he wasn't the first to do it, but he was somewhat like a pioneer of that shit, man, because it ranks the top of the pay-per-view sales. Can Deontay Wilder and Francis Ngannou, can they do it? Francis don't talk that much shit, dog. I don't know how they're going to build it up like Conor was allowed to do with Floyd. Floyd allowed Conor into his personal space to sell the fight. Because Floyd saw way ahead. He said, all I'm looking at is all these millions I'm about to get. I'm about to rob these people. I'm about to rob them, man. They have no idea. They up here talking about Conor McGregor disrespecting me. I'm going to stop him. I'm going to beat his ass. I ain't worried about that. He can do all he want. He can say F the Mayweathers and all that. I'm going to beat this man's ass when he step in the ring. These people obviously don't know. They think a MMA guy with no boxing skills is going to come over here and put on gloves and fight me and beat me. He beat his ass. Now the biggest question is, if by chance Wilder and Ngannou fights, can they pick up enough interest from the general public? Is there going to be so many haters still talking about, oh, I don't know why this fight happening? But yet they was the same one sitting in that fight paying $500 for a nosebleed. You know what I'm saying? $500 for a nosebleed to see him fight Conor McGregor. Are they gonna hate him, or are they gonna say, okay, I want to see this? Because you got two blacks. You know what I'm saying? Well, a black and an African. And I'm wondering how the YTC media will talk on it. Or will they even talk on it at all? But I'm giving my take on it. I like it. I hope it happened. If it's a multi-fight deal, cool. Wilder has nothing else to prove to anybody. Anybody. He fought 3 fights, tough fights, that probably took some boxing years off of him. He don't have nothing else to prove, man. You know, when somebody go to court doing an arbitration, so that their opponents can own up to the contractual agreement, for him to step back in there with somebody who took him to a brutal rematch, and he get back in there a third time to go at it again, salute to him. Much love to you. You don't have nothing else to prove. You want to fight a MMA guy, a former heavyweight world champion, then you can do it. Because both of y'all have held that belt. Deontay Wilder's been heavyweight world champion. Francis Ngannou been heavyweight. But Deontay Wilder's accolades far exceed Ngannou's. Tony said he'll watch Wilder Francis. I will too, man. Shout out to Bruce Gas, Boxing Jackson Moore, the OG in the building. What's going on, Bruce, man? What's going on with you, Bruce? Y'all definitely go check out Bruce. You know what I'm saying? Check out his channel. Check out Big Bunsen Boxing, the XO Factory. You know what I'm saying? Check these dudes' channels out, man. Tune into them. But I'm looking forward to that. I really want to see that fight. You know, I'm really interested. I put it up there next to Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, because, you know, that's a common opponent, man. You know what I'm saying? A common opponent of Conor McGregor will now be Jose Aldo. Who would have thought that they can have this conversation? And not only that, Jose Aldo has a fight coming up in Game Bred Fight series. Jorge Masvidal has his own league now, and Jose Aldo has a mixed martial arts fight coming up over there. So, hey man, salute to them for doing and switching it up and building their brand, because there's no retirement at the end of this shit. So all these mixed martial artists and so forth is building up these different leagues like Khabib Nurmagomedov and Eagle FC. Hey man, do what you got to do, man. I'm happy for y'all. I just don't want to see these fighters stand in the cage too damn long. In 10 years, they suffering from early stages of pugilistic dementia, and they doing real bad. You know what I'm saying? They working with 4-ounce gloves, and I've heard, certain reports that MMA, when it comes down to it, takes less punishment than boxing, because their primary target is not the head. Yes, I understand that boxing goes to the body, but in MMA, you have kicks, you have other areas that you can target, and so forth. But anyway, yeah, they about to have a common opponent. If everything goes through, man, Floyd Mayweather be stepping there with Jose Aldo. Salute the Floyd for making his money. I'm not no way, shape, or form mad at what this man is doing in his 40s. Hell no. If you can do it, man. If you look up there in the far left, I have a Lomachenko versus Haney balloon that's just flying away. I don't really know what's going on. I was talking to a constituent of mine about, what's going on with Lomachenko Haney. And it's not really the fault of Haney, Team Haney. It's just like, people will put it out there. It sounds good to say you'll fight somebody anywhere. But if you ain't Mike Tyson and Mitch Green or some of these other fighters back in the day, Ricardo Mayorga, some of these guys will fight you in the street. But when you pull somebody's card out like that, and now they're up, it brings you to say, is Lomachenko really trying to duck, Devin Haney at this point in his career? After, so many people saying, well, he didn't deserve a shot. He's not entertaining. He's a boring fighter. When he went over there and washed Kambosos twice in his backyard, did that change Lomachenko's desire to quickly be able to step up there and say, yeah, I still want to fight him anywhere, anytime. It don't matter. Why is this fight taking so damn long to make? This is high tech. You're the 2-time gold medalist. You're the one who had the red carpet rolled out for you. You was over there in the series fighting as a professional, but yet you didn't want the shit recorded on your record. Then you wanted to come over here once you decided, you and your team, to have your fights recorded. You try to break a record by coming over here in your second professional fight and get a title shot. And it was shut down. Like, what else would you want? You had the red carpet rolled out. You are absolutely a 2-time gold standard Olympian. But to say that you are a boxing legend based off your resume, you fought 2 common opponents of Teofimo Lopez because you thought you was going to get him back in the square. You fought Masayoshi Nakatani and Richie Comey. Dude, you shouldn't have no problem stepping up and fighting Haney. He's still undefeated. You fought Teofimo Lopez. He was undefeated, but you lost. This is your time for redemption right here. Why is the fight taking so long? That's my only question. Why is the freaking fight taking so damn long to make, man? Why? Shout out to Brooklyn in the building. Salute to you. What's good? Chef on deck, whoever you may be. I'm seeing you over here. But salute. Appreciate you pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all pulling up. But that's where I'm at with that Lomachenko. He had everything, laid out. You couldn't get better service, VIP service, transitioning over to the professional ranks to now start recording your fights and get presented with a championship fight, your second recorded professional fight. And Orlando Salido shut you down. You know what I'm saying? So your whole career has been based off the fact of your 2-time gold standard, which I salute. I respect that. But your career and what people are telling, this is where you become a legend at. You know, right now, the same fighter who you didn't see as someone that's important, or you didn't think he was on the level of your status, this is the time right now, because he's proved it. We can't go back and talk about the Zaire Abdullahs and Frank Santiago's, man, and the Yorkis Gamboas, the Jojo Diaz. We can't do that. We have to call it for what it is. You can say what you want, that Cambosis, you know, he was never that dude. He was coming off 2 freaking draws, you know, split decisions, and then T.O. chose to fight him. A cherry pick gone wrong and all this other shit. At the end of the day, he beat that man twice in his backyard. Period. He beat him twice in his backyard. So why the sense of urgency is all but evaporated? I don't know. Why are you gonna wait till that man get in the ring and say, "Oh, this is heavyweight"? Come on, bro. You're making up excuses, bro. You just came from combat. I'm pretty sure, you know, you was over there in combat with the bay leaves and the freaking margaritas and shit. You wasn't over there talking about how big the enemy was. Because I don't think you even went outside the gate. You was a part of a security detail inside the wire, bro. Let's be honest. I salute you from going over there. I'm not downplaying that shit. But that's not the way we looked when we was in combat. That's not the way. I mean, you had one picture out there and you was in camis. Now it's really time for you to go to combat. You have a name across from you. He has all the titles except the ring, right? And you're up here. We can't get the fight done. You know, you can't come down here to the A and fight. You think it's too many people that look like me, too many Southerners. I would say Southerners. I can't even say Southerners now, because we got people down here from everywhere, transplants down here from everywhere, bro. But it might be too many blacks down here for Lomachenko to think he'd get a fair fight. But check this out. Devin Haney only been down here to the A to fight once. And that's crazy. You know, I was at that fight. I didn't know who he was, to be honest. I was just there watching fights, but it was way back in the day. But it's plenty of places out here for you all to set this shit up, man. God damn, Lomachenko, man, you like tripping, bro. Like you fight Richard Comey and you want to be all theatrical, talking about stop the fight. No, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Let the fight go on. Richard Comey a warrior, man. Let that man answer the final bell. We asking you to answer the bell right now. You gonna fight the man or what? Jesus. Next is Crawford's Spence, man. If you see the thumbnail, this shit right here has an anchor attached to it. It's a reason why that anchor is there. Because now we have another subject that's attached to this, right? A sublease topic. Now the rumor mill is that they're talking in private. They're whispering to each other in a cave with no freaking technology. They're doing face-to-face communications to make sure no leaks. Man, I swear I can't make this shit up. Like, if y'all speaking in private, they speaking in private. But how do somebody know they speaking in private if they're private? How did the person that said they were speaking in private find out information that they actually speaking in private? To make it all make sense, if you all are speaking behind the scenes, and that's probably a reason, or there might be a reason that y'all want to, play these mind games, is why we haven't heard any breaking news about Keith Thurman and Errol Spence, then okay. But one thing you heard over here at WCS, I always put the hocus pocus into effect. Like, dude, we don't need no more tricks. We don't need them. We grown fucking adults. We don't need any of this damn magic show shit. We don't want to hear about, oh man, so and so talking in private. We don't want to hear no privacy. We want to hear who is up next. Is it Thurman or is it Crawford? Boxing goes overboard with telling stories, man. Why the fuck do we need to be told a story? Just tell us who is up next. That's it. You telling us that, oh man, possibly they're in talks behind the scene. Who's releasing this shit? What does it matter? If they was, look, if you're trying to tell me that Crawford agreed to everything, only thing he had to do was sign a contract, why would they be in talks? Why would they be in talks in private, y'all? What is the purpose of them being in talks in private? Yeah, Crawford went over there and earned the damn knockout in the 6th round. Yes, sir. He got paid. Are they talking about money? That shouldn't be a big deal. But let's get down to the reality of it. It shouldn't be that much they have to discuss. They know who each other is. They know their records. It's recorded on BoxRec. They've been through this whole shit several months in 2022. What is there to whisper about? There's no in privacy. No, this shit should play out in public, man. We deserve that. I'm gonna be honest, we deserve that shit. These talks should play out just like Crawford said. Hey, why don't we do something that never been done before? Let's do this out in public. Real talk. Let's do it out in public. Let's do this shit out in public, bro. It ain't no damn privacy. Let's do this shit out in public, because for the amount of time that we spent talking about this fight, only to find out the other half had other plans. Now it gets to a point that we in the second month of 2023, and Errol Spence has not came up as any official flyer or anything with his next opponent on it. We haven't heard anything. So that bogus ass the information that was coming out in 22 is done. Over. You can't have an advisor like Al Heyman and say, oh, all of a sudden he put his eggs in one basket. Al doesn't do business like that. That shit is done. It's over. Exposed. It's garbage. That shit has been debunked several times over. How much of a fool would Terrence Crawford would have looked if he waited to 2023 only to be still waiting because all of a sudden, there's an accident or someone pulled a hamstring or this and that. And both other than top pound for pound fighters are on the fucking shelf, y'all. On the shelf. We're talking about Errol since April 2022 on the shelf. And we talking about Bud Crawford going over a year and a half before he would have to step back in the ring. This shit don't make no sense, man. We talk about it over and over again. Every time new information come up, it's rumors and bullshit, garbage, toilet water. Goddammit. This shit don't make no sense. It's spoiled milk, man. You can't pour spoiled milk in a glass. It look good from a distance according to how much it's spoiled now. When you get up on it, you'll smell it. You can't continue to pour us that glass of milk and say, here, just take it. Enact those endorphins and get everything calm down, relax, let your mind. No, we tired of hearing that shit, bro. I'll be disappointed if Haney Loma doesn't happen, because I've been hyping up that fight for a minute. Hey, Andrew, all I'm saying is, what's taking so long? That's my question. That's my question, Andrew. What's taking so long? Why does boxing always have to be a state of emergency? Pay attention. Why does boxing always have to be in a state of emergency with this shit, bro? Everything is a mystery. Everything is a twist and turn, suspense. Oh, all these motherfucking, hey, Deontay Wilder fighting Andy Ruiz. No, Andy Ruiz, the IBF is sending to a purse bid for Andy Ruiz versus Philippe Herkovic. Well, I thought he was facing Deontay Wilder. Who's facing who? Who's fighting who? I thought it would be a done deal. Errol Spence, he didn't get the dang the Terrence Crawford fight in 2023. He should be locked in, ready to go, and we should get a damn official announcement. Nope, that's not the case. Now they want to whisper and say, that they're quietly in talks. Who gives a fuck about quiet? Nobody want to hear about quiet. When it comes to these two names, we want to hear what's going on, bro. We want to hear is a possibility this shit can happen mid-year. Why take up all our energy and then come out with Keith Thurman? And in between us getting the news, y'all keep playing like it's going to be Crawford, Thurman, Thurman, Crawford, Crawford, Thurman, Thurman, Crawford. Nobody trying to hear that, bro. TV on deck, what's good with you? Fall back. What's good, Fall back? Shout out to you and the crew, man. Shout out to Fall back in the building, man. I don't know what that's about. You have to explain yourself. We're going to get that announcement. Hey, somebody come and talk about they lost all respect for him. Like, I don't even know what that's about. What are you talking about, dog? We're going to get that announcement after Virgil and Stanthia on this. I'm not trying to hear any shit like that about Crawford. Fall back. Explain yourself. What are you talking about? You look, to be doing the type of work you're doing, you got to have some type of thick skin for whatever it is you're talking about. You can't put that in the chat and then scurry off. We're talking remotely. So the only thing I can be thinking about, right? This is what I'm guessing. If this is the case, I don't give a fuck. If any one of y'all are coming in here being mad that I went for Kansas City, man, I can give a damn about any of that. It can't be on some boxing shit because I barely been on this bitch the last 2 days. So somebody coming here being mad, he has a Kansas City. Man, I don't got time for that shit, bro. I'm not trying to hear any of this shit like about Crawford, Spence. I feel you, bro. But it's boxing talk at the end of the day. Tank and Ryan don't happen, and we get Bud versus Spence. Man, Blunts, don't get me started on that, bro. Why are we trying to cancel out one fight to get the other when Tank and Ryan is pretty fresh? You know what I'm saying? Tank and Ryan is just blossoming. You know what I'm saying? That shit is starting to grow into the conversations, the boxing conversations of the casual boxing fan. It's starting to grow into something. There's no way we say, okay, we put it next to Bud and Spence. No. Like, Bud and Spence has been out here in the garden for the longest of time. They have went through seasons there, Blunts. Seasons of us talking about them. Seasons, bro. Seasons, man. What's going on? Retro Rob TV, salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. He mad because you said Loma wasn't shooting Russians at war. I didn't say Loma wasn't shooting any Russians. I didn't say that. I just said he wasn't sizing up the enemy in combat. Yeah, it ain't no size when you got a gun in your hand. It ain't no size. All I'm saying is they put the picture out there. You know what I'm saying? They put the picture out there. That man came back from combat with 5 to 6 suitcases. I'm not saying he wasn't in the area, but Loma is considered a celebrity. Loma is considered a high-end And you know what I'm saying? Like, they was looking out for Loma. If they wasn't looking out for Loma, he'll still be over there because the war is still going on and people are dying. He's not over there. He's back over here in the ring. So, of course, there was some type of communication between him. I'm just telling you for somebody who's been over there. We don't come back looking clean like that. We don't come back. When we get to the States, we still dirty and sandy from the motherfucking goddamn combat zone we was in. And that information about him being on security detail, you can be on a security detail inside the wire and never go outside the wire for anything. That's facts. But don't just come over here talking about lost all respect. Respect for something met before like that. All respect. Look, he lost all respect, dog. He loves all respect. We never met. Niggas talking about all respect. I lost all respect. So nothing I ever did matters. I thought he was coming here because I got that Kansas City Chief. I'm not a football fan like that. I'm a bandwagon rider. When it gets to the playoff, I'm a bandwagon rider, for real. I pick and choose. When it comes to the finals, the Super Bowl, I just pick a team on what little bit of information I know about it. I'm a bandwagon rider, I admit. And get out your feelings, fall back. Loma was probably not knee deep and in trenches and dodging bullets. Listen. He wasn't. Look, when we was over there, man, I'm not even gonna get into it. He can fall back. He can feel however he feel. You can't come over here and just say something and run off. And I have no idea. I'm not gonna do any troubleshooting. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't say that. I'm talking shit just that. He wasn't doing nothing more than light duty. No, I'm not saying the light duty, dog. That's a little disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? That's a bit disrespectful, but I'm saying for myself, when you get over there, when we was in Iraq, if you touch down in Kuwait, that's the friendly zone. You don't have too much to worry about Kuwait. It's people that went in Kuwait and they still got a combat ribbon. But they never took that next flight over there to wherever fob they was going to be at. Whether it's Fallujah, Camp Taqadum, all them fobs over there that people end up losing their life. It's a difference. You can get a damn ribbon for going to Kuwait, which is considered friendly. I know, I walked in the mall. You're walking in the malls, you're going to get stuff to eat. It's allies over there. But when you go from Kuwait all the way over to Iraq, yeah, you stand on base, man. Everything you do is on base unless you go outside the base in a convoy, outside that wire. How are we going to get mad if someone's speaking about a situation just because it looks bad on TV, but the person that you're attaching to that war, he's from one of those countries, and all of a sudden, I'm supposed to do what? I'm supposed to sit up here and herald him as a hero? It's plenty of us in the U.S. that went over there and be considered a hero. That lost lives, injured, lost limbs, in vehicles that was hit with IEDs and everything else. Nobody's sitting up here telling us every day we's a hero, but you get a fighter that you don't know and y'all want to boost him up. Hey, he was doing this. That no, he wasn't. He probably went over there close to it. You know, he went over there to that zone. If he was on security detail, why is no pictures of him outside the wire? Because he's a VIP. How can you say I can't speak on something and I've experienced it? People was getting blown up and down just like over there. Did y'all forget? Did y'all forget? What are you talking about, man? They want to boost up all these people from different countries and herald them as a hero, but yet you got U.S. soldiers die every day and blown up, and people treat them lightly. They treat them like nothing happened. Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. Oh, that's what you signed up for. Okay, all right. Man, come on, man. We get soldiers that get blown up all the time, lose their life, never get to see their family again. And then we at home chilling in garrison, and we have other people that we can link out to in combat sports. They go over there and take one picture, and people's like, "Oh my God!" I'm saying, "Shit, I want to be treated like that because I got pictures of me outside the wire too." Be up here defending Loma, man. Come on, they probably got mad because I spoke the truth about him being, obliged on his way to the professional ranks. He was. Look it up for yourself, man. A lot of these cats don't even know. Look it up for yourself. Exactly. Let's put this out in public because Crawford was right when he said, "You are not in shape. You haven't been in the gym. You ain't been working out. Do you really want to fight?" I spoke to some fighters about his weight, right? So they told me, they said, "Okay, you got to understand one thing. Fighters start cutting weight. Yeah, they can maintain that weight if they stand in the gym, stand in shape and stuff like that. Then when it comes to somebody like Spence, they put it like, well, if he really didn't have no fight, if it really wasn't any reason for him to sustain a weight around a certain weight limit, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen." So pretty much what they were saying is, if some fighters, if they don't have a projected fight date, or they don't need to be in fight camp or dieting hard, they're not going to diet. They're not going to maintain that level unless you got that discipline. Some of these fighters got discipline to hang out around their weight class, to always stay disciplined with what they nutrition they have and all that. They was pretty much saying, like, some fighters, if they don't have a fight date, they're going to balloon up in weight, man. They don't care because they so used to knowing how to drop weight. You know what I'm saying? They get with their people, and then when they lock in, they start to lose their weight. They have like a fat camp. Man, you know how it goes. People don't want to talk about that shit, dog. He said, "How dare you talk about Loma like that, OG? You know Loma was out there laying the enemy down. He got shot 3 times. If he got shot 3 times, it must have been with an air rifle. You know what I'm saying? It must have been with an air rifle. For real. He must have had some damn good-ass body armor on. For real. Since we're on the topic, Ukrainian military KIA numbers are so high, it's hard to real comprehend. The fight over there is very serious. It is, bro. They ain't nothing to play with. The way they getting killed over there. See, we have Geneva Protocol over here. I'm not going to get in the war aspect of it, but I did kind of bleed off into it. But we have a Geneva Protocol we're supposed to follow. If a U.S. service member pulls up on the enemy that's somehow wounded but still living, we supposed to somehow get that enemy medical care. You know what I'm saying? If we walk up to that enemy while they're still living and they're injured, and we look around, we do a 360 pan, and then we put another one in them, and they die, and somebody else see it and they find out about it, you get treated with harsh punishment from the UCMJ because you violated that in war. You violated. The way those Ukrainians and Russians are getting killed over there, they're using drones, they're dropping freaking grenades on them. They're walking up on when they're in the fighting hole, and they're basically saying, no, okay, we surrender, and they're killing them right down the spot. When have you ever seen television play out in a war where it's this graphic? That tells you about the times has changed. Like, it's very graphic. They dropping grenades and everything else on these dudes. Well, I'm not going to get into that right now. I mean, no, I'm not going to do it. But, I mean, the KIA numbers are actually murder because you're supposed to have some type of protocol that you go by. They walking up on these guys in the fighting hole, and the guys see them, and they say, "No, okay, we surrender." They just shooting them right there, shooting them, done. Loma built different. In all honesty, I love the Ukrainian fighters. They never disappoint. The guy Pedro knocked out was boxing his ass off before he got hurt and stopped fighting. Yeah, the guy was undefeated too. Both of them was undefeated. And he's a taller, bigger guy. You're right. And that was a good fight, man. That was a good fight, man. Both of these guys got hurt. Pello, he definitely was hurt. But he showed his toughness, man, and he ended up defeating old boy, man. He just, he didn't turn his back all the way, but he showed a sign of surrender. And he came over there and landed the uppercut in the breath like, hey, hold up. You okay? And then he stopped the fight. You know what I'm saying? They got a Ukrainian fighter at 160. Fedor, he's nice too. Look, I have nothing against the Ukrainian. I'm just talking about Loma in general, how I had Americans, I was listening to Americans boost this guy up for going over there and acting like he was a hero coming back and all this, right? But his professional job over here is boxing. It's not a soldier. He didn't volunteer to go into the military. His president summons him and his other countrymen, Oleksandr Usyk and others, others. That's why they went over there. And they wasn't even over there for a long period of time. So you can't be mad at somebody that was actually in the military voluntarily and went over to combat too, and several deployments. So I'm not treating it as if I'm brushing it off. I'm just saying, like, I got pictures of me getting ready to go on the deployment. I mean, a convoy outside the wire. I got pictures. I'm just saying, all that killing that's going on, that's just serious. That's real life. Them guys ain't going back to their family over there in Russia, Ukraine. It's only getting worse, man. It's bad. They ain't following no protocol. It's kill on sight, bro. It's kill on sight, man. They don't have no protocol over there. It's kill on sight. But, like I said before, I don't believe him or Usyk was outside the wire because they are money. They have a professional career. They hold a higher status than the average soldier. And when it comes down to history of service members going into the military, it just didn't happen recently. You know what I'm saying? It's been going on for a while. Seriously. While we on those heavyweights real quick, Andy Ruiz and Herkovic, purse bid, y'all heard about it. I mentioned it early in the live. I think you wasn't here yet. I was explaining to the people how they were saying Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz may potentially be next. And then you turn around and it's a purse bid, the IBF purse bid for Andy Ruiz and Philippe Herkovic. I say, so which one is it? Is he fighting Wilder next or he's fighting Herkovic? It can't be Wilder because his name is not even as an opponent for the IBF purse bid. So I was pretty much saying that's the hocus pocus of this boxing shit, bro. They always say one fighter name and then it end up being another fighter. It don't make any sense to me. Real talk, it don't make any sense. So if Wilder's facing Ngannou, cool, like I mentioned, cool. I'm all for that. If Andy Ruiz is fighting Philippe Herkovic, good fight. Good fight, Charlie. I ain't mad. Good fight. I can't get mad at Andy Ruiz not facing Deontay Wilder when it seemed like it was a fight that was never solid. I can't get mad at that. Like Teofimo Lopez, he pushed his fight to a purse bid. He pushed him and Kambosos' fight to a purse bid. I can't be mad at that. You're purse bidding for Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? To get more money. I ain't mad at him, man. I'm not mad at all. Do what you got to do. Boxing always pulling the okie doke with announcements. Always, man. And look, they don't want you to get on here and speak about it. They just want you to accept it like it's daily medicine or something. Hey, come up here for your meds. They just want to come here. Everybody line up for your meds. Line up for your meds. That's what they want to do. It's time to get that med. They want to get you all loopy so they can prepare you what's going to go on throughout the day. Now drink it all. Let me see. Lift your tongue up, down, up. Okay. Stay there. I need to wait till it. Let me know when you start the work because we got some information to give you. Hey, we gotta wait till you get in the moment. Everybody's cool. Everybody's feeling good. Okay. Check this out. All right. We got some news. Cool boy Steph, he's not going over there to fight Inoue anymore. Okay? We have some new news. He's moving up to 147. He's going to challenge Crawford for the WBO title. How do y'all like that news? Wow. Errol Spence, you probably wonder what's going on with Errol Spence. Errol Spence is going to take Cool Boy Steph's place. Yeah, 122. He's going over to Japan and taking his place. And they say he's damn near on weight as we speak. I swear to God, man, this shit is like the trap house, man. This YTC is like the trap house, man. They come up here and you get your shit, man, and you get high and you walk around this motherfucker looking stupid, dog. I wasn't there, but I appreciate that. You think Wilder's going to leave Al Heyman? Maybe that's why Ruiz has to go another route. See, that's not far off the fact what you just said. That's about Ruiz potentially diverting his travels. To be honest, I don't know. I'm still in the process of trying to find that information out. Real talk. It's not like I didn't speak on it behind the scenes, but I didn't speak on it on this live because I don't know. I'm not going to get on what other channels haven't been speaking about, but it is an interesting topic, and I believe that if by chance he's leaving, he already been with Golden Boy early in his career. He left Golden Boy and came over to PBC. I'm curious to know what his next stop will be. Because if you look at heavyweights at Top Rank, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's he going? There's no way he can be independent. Or can he? Or can he? He has the managers. He's still with Shelly Finkel and stuff. And like, who would he sign with? Who would he sign with, though? There's not too many options out there. Now, I'll be highly surprised he goes back over to Golden Boy right now. For the amount of money that he's worth, I doubt he'd go to Golden Boy. And then if he goes to Top Rank, the heavyweights is over there. They're pushing Jared Anderson pretty hard. I just don't see him over at Top Rank, though. But anything's possible with boxing. I don't see it. Seriously, I don't know what this. Chef said BLK Prime. I definitely don't see that, brother. If Deontay Wilder goes to BLK Prime, they're gonna have to come up with a heavy purse, bro. They're gonna have to come up with a heavy purse. I don't know about that, Chef. Not just yet. I don't know about that. I'm going to speak on that some days later because we got a fight coming down here in Atlanta. I'm not going to get into that shit. It's been some talk that, believe me, I know where you're getting the information from, all this. Listen, I'm not sure about that. I'm not privy to speak on an issue that I'm still researching myself because everybody's just going off the first fight card. Okay. We understand the first fight card, but we're waiting on the second fight card. We're waiting on the second fight card. People said he said BLK Prime for the biggest bag. I know that's what it sound like, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sound like after Crawford. Got paid. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sound like. Yeah, but when the boys down to it, man, we'll see what's popping. We'll see what's going on with that, man. You know, Wilder going to BOK Prime, I don't think so. Like, in order for them, I don't see it happening, because if you're gonna have Wilder come over to anything close BOK Prime, you have to have an opponent that's gonna match him and bring in that interest. And I don't see any opponent out there for Wilder. Like, it's no way that they're getting Anthony Joshua. There's no way that they're getting a Dillian White. There's no way they're getting an F.A. Jogba. Who is he fighting? There's no way he's fighting Daniel Dubois on BOK Prime. Not fighting Jermaine Franklin. He's about to fight Anthony Joshua. There's nobody really he can go over there that's gonna say, damn, I can't believe they bringing this to BOK Prime. And just imagine they bring that shit to BOK Prime and it's in Atlanta. That shit'll do grand numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Triller was down here in Mercedes-Benz, the only reason they was in Mercedes-Benz because they had to set up a concert platform, because they had artists that was putting on a concert, which was great. I loved it. I ain't gonna lie. Triller, shout out to y'all. They had boxing and they had performers. And that's the first time I ever seen Justin Bieber perform, and that shit was for free. Like, I had credentials to that shit. I mean, like, to see that man perform, I was like, God damn, JB, okay. But you had Doja Cat, you had I want to say the West Side Connection or Cube and all them, you know, they performed. Yeah, that was Triller. They was in Mercedes-Benz, man. It was great. It was great. I ain't gonna lie. The way they had the stage set up and everything, and then they had the boxing ring over there set up. Yeah, man, it was solid. Shout out to Trick Noty in the building. Salute to you, brother. On deck. Breaking news, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford have agreed to fight. Sources say it will be announced after Bill Cosby unveils his new prison pudding pop for the inmates. God damn, he said prison pudding pops, man. Damn, we want to know what flavor they're, Trick. You know what I'm saying? We need to know what flavor that is. You know, that shit probably gonna be all nice and twangy too. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And wasn't hey Blunts, wasn't something supposed to be announced during the Super Bowl or something? They were supposed to have an announcement or something like that. Was we supposed to get an announcement of a fight at the Super Bowl? Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis or something like that? Man, come on, man. That's the third or fourth date that people put out there. It's straight rumor mill. July 4th, September 4th, and then February 12th. Oh my God. But yet we seen Rihanna and the hazmat crew, you know, doing whatever that was in her performance or whatever. Shout out to Rihanna. I mean, beautiful as all get out, you know what I'm saying? Respect to her and her new family, man. I was trying to tell these people that wasn't post baby bump. I say she got something else going on. She's pregnant. I couldn't believe she was pregnant. She could be pregnant. I said, no, her stomach too round for that shit just be postpartum. Nah. Come to find out she pregnant again. Shout out to them, man. Her and ASAP. Shout out to y'all, man. I hope y'all stay together forever. And don't run into a situation where them kids starting to grow up in the music industry, in the celeb life, and y'all split. I mean, that shit happens all the time, man. But you know, ASAP seemed like he was extremely happy. Rihanna went out there and did her thing. Hey man, shout out to them. AJ would be preferred choice number 1, but I think Ruiz is number 2 as far as matchups for Wilder go. I don't know, man. It seems like AJ is trying to fight Dillian White's last opponent. And he was ringside doing that fight. He was ringside, man. So he's fighting Jermaine Franklin instead of Dillian White, because a lot of people think Dillian White lost that fight. So I'm happy for Jermaine Franklin to get another opportunity to get that check. This man was working in a warehouse, and he didn't come in here and lay down. He didn't look sloppy. He didn't look like he just got out the taco truck. Dude went in there and fought. He gassed out. You know, in some pockets in the later rounds, but goddamn, you was in there with Dillian White, bro. You went the distance with Dillian White, man. And you did well for yourself. And then you have a former unified champion sitting ringside, and you about to step in there with a former two-time unified heavyweight champion. Man, I don't think he'll ever be at the warehouse again, bro. Unless he don't put his money right. You know, shout out to Franklin, bro. What up, Trick? We good, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Blunts need to get back on the goddamn winning streak, man. You know what I'm saying? He need to get back on the winning streak. He said the Errol Spence fight was gonna be in April. That fight ain't happening. You're gonna be announced during the Super Bowl. Well, I'll take that back, Trick. I'm not sure they finished cleaning up out there yet. It's still a possibility. Is Tank back in Baltimore yet? He back in Florida training? The announcement can. You know how like they have post-fight freaking interviews? It's possible, bro. They might be setting up a whole different platform. And we have Ryan Garcia and Tank, man. Announcement tomorrow. Tomorrow at around 2:30, 3 o'clock. That might be it, bro. Let me check this out right quick. Hold up for a second. Where you at? See what is. Hold on for a second. Wilder versus Sanchez, great fight. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good fight right there now. That's a good fight right there. For real. I ain't lying. Wilder versus Frank Sanchez, that's a good fight now. Now, the possibility of it happen, I don't know about that. Because now the word is out there like, well, if he's leaving PBC, then will he be able to fight a PBC fighter? That's the big question. That's a big question. With Spence knowing he didn't have a fight, so he didn't take care of his health or his weight, why in the world was he out there saying, I'm going to fight November 19th with or without you? Yeah, we done went through this, TV, no doubt. You're on the right channel with that, bro. You're on the right channel with that. He said with or without. Plain and clear, right? Plain and clear, with or without you. 2 words that cut straight to the chase. With, a party of 2, or without, the party of another, which still makes 2. So with, that shit fell out. And without, we already know that shit went out the window. You know, it is what it is. But man, I got to roll up out of here. I'll be back on tomorrow. Y'all hold it down. Appreciate y'all pulling up. It's been like an hour and a half. But yeah, salute to everyone who pulled up to the channel as always. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the super chats. You know what I'm saying? Legacy and Mr. Sucker Free himself, Mr. Gumbo. Thank you for pulling up with the super chat, my brother. Hope all is well out there in the streets on that, driving that truck. Y'all be safe out there. Until next time, turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.